we are. Let's just go ahead and introduce our players right now. Lickety split up in the top left side. It is not Bischu, Sean, as I have been informed many times. It is indeed Bischu, our blue Protoss. And down in the bottom left side, it is going to be Liquid TaeJa. As we mentioned before, having huge success recently. So far already in the series, currently up 1-0. And, I mean, there's just not a whole lot to talk about in that last game. As you mentioned, it was a very clean game, clean execution. I think overall he lost like maybe 1 or 2 Marauders, and that is going to be it. If I could win every game just losing 1 or 2 Marauders, then I would switch races immediately. But can he carry that momentum here into the next game?
Now, we do see that first supply depot being constructed right next to the minerals, which oftentimes is an indicator that there's some desire to do some early proxy aggression. You always want to be building that depot there to get the extra 15 or so minerals to build that proxy just a little bit faster, because that little bit is always what you need to be able to get into those 2 Marauder versus 2 gateway unit situations. But no, we see a refinery first out of TaeJa, and it looks like, I would imagine, he's going to be going for this very fast double Hellion play.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see what he's going to be spending this gas on. I mean, anytime you get refinery first, this can be easily scouted by your opponent. They can prepare for it, but of course your units are going to be a little bit sooner, so that's going to be the advantage that you have. Down goes the barracks inside the main base, and what exactly does Bischu have going on here? So far, looks like he is going to be going for an expand first build here, as he is hovering around the 300-400 mineral mark. He's only been making probes, does chrono boost out a couple additional ones here, is going to throw that down. It looks like at the 17 supply here. And any thoughts on going Nexus first right now versus what TaeJa's doing?
You know, if TaeJa is going to be going for this Reactor Hellion play, it's going to be a pretty rough start for the opponent. I mean, Bischu's going to have difficulty deflecting it unless he goes for some sort of nice wall off at the front. And you'll notice that second pylon contributes to that already a little bit there at the ramp. Gateway is going down, another probe. I mean, Bischu's actually just not stopping with his probe production. Should be getting a gas geyser pretty soon here. But honestly, I like this on this map, the early expand play, because this is the map where, again, you do tend to go for some sort of just on this map style build. Ultra straight up standard play tends to be weakest on Entombed Valley.
And down goes the reactor here for those Hellions, as you were mentioning, Sean. Now, once he gets out the first 2 Hellions, is he going to put... Oh, the probe might actually get in there. The Marine was shooting the depot. He is going to spot it here. That is going to be huge. This Marine is actually going to get fired if he doesn't end up dying in this game. So we'll keep an eye on him, because he is definitely not doing his job description. And right now, that's actually kind of a big deal, because look at this. Immediately drops down the Cyber Core at the wall end. This is going to help him prevent any sort of Hellion harass. But what does TaeJa do from here?
I think TaeJa just 1-1-1s. You can pretty easily just transition into building Marines out of the barracks, abandoning any sort of plan to go for that. But no, it looks like he is going to be doing a switch. Oh my. Is he really going to be going Hellion Marauder? This is a super fun build. There's a Marauder, there's a double Hellion, there's the concussive shell. A very old school build, a very difficult to deal with build.
And the Wallen looks like is that walled in nice and tight? I think that it is, as he is expecting Hellions to be here relatively soon. Bischu, though, got to be playing it safe. And Day9, do you think it's the right choice here to kind of sit back? Oh, he does cancel it there. Might actually be transferring down those workers. But as you mentioned, Bischu loves to play defensively. Is he making the right choice here?
I mean, I think this is as correct a choice as he can make, but it's one of these difficult situations. Do you go for chrono boost on your gateways to get those units out, or do you go for chrono boost on the warp gate to get the extra warp-in rounds up sooner? If you warp gate, or if you chrono boost your warp gate units a lot early on, you can hold off wave number 1, but waves 2 and 3 become nearly impossible to deal with. So right now, this is going to be a really dicey spot. The game will actually be decided in the next 2 minutes.
And it's going to come down to, I think, the amount of units he has as opposed to the amount of workers. Because you got to remember, there's no expansion here for TaeJa. And the supplies right now are looking to be pretty even. But with Stalkers on the field, they're going to be very effective versus the Hellions. But with 2 Marauders out now,
oh no!
You have 2 more Stalkers, though, going to be on the way here.
He can lose these 2 Stalkers at the front. He can lose the 2 Stalkers at the front. He needs to be careful. And no, there's the concussive shell going down. And he uses the Hellions nicely to pin back one of them. A surprise, aggressive move from TaeJa is catching Bischu off guard. He has a nice wall in, but he needs to get that Zealot up at the front line. The probes will be massacred, Husky.
He is indeed lining them up, as you like to say, Sean, and he does not escape with he only 1 probe there. 11 workers already killed, and TaeJa has pulled off SCVs to do this engagement as well. The Zealot getting right up in the thick of things, trying to take out the Hellions, but there's so many units here. The warp
Oh,
gate not done,
GG.
and GG thrown out so far.